Welcome to Tabletop Battle Adventures D-Day 0630 hours, turn 13. This will be part 8 with 100 US order dice and nearly the same in German order dice. It's going to be quite the adventure. This won't be a quickie. And if you want to see the details, you got to go back to turn 13, part 1, or the Omaha Beach introduction, which I believe is part 1 of turn 13. And for tonight, we're going to get right into it. The 916th Grenadiers defending Omaha Beach, first platoons. A lot of pin markers to get rid of, and almost every unit still needs to act. Second platoon of the 916th is in these two tunnels. Second platoon leader, the medic, and first section are in the tunnel from the back of this bunker to this small building. Second section and third section, plus the platoon sergeant and Panzerschreck team, are in the tunnel that goes from the back of this building under the road to the end of this trench. The 743rd Tank Battalion, A Company, has fully deployed. Also, the MMG team for the 116th Infantry platoon, the sniper, and the platoon leader, First Lieutenant Brian. Over here, for 13 turns now we've been battling. The 506th has been able to push up. They've pushed the Germans out of this hedgerow. Very brutal fighting. The bridge has been blown by 1058 first section leader, Sergeant Michael. But there is an airstrike coming in, turn 14, 0700 hours. Possibly, right? Here's the target, so he won't be able to get out of the way in time, most likely. And platoon leader, First Lieutenant Corey is the one who called in that airstrike. So much action's happened that so the Germans still here in this hedgerow, maybe need to get out of here. You'll have to go back and watch the previous videos. If I explain all this, we're looking at like a 14-minute explanation, which I don't mind, but I want to get to some action. So if you want to see the details, you're going to have to go back and watch the videos. Let's just say 1058 Grenadiers still have a defensive line, but now mixed with the 6th Fallschirmjäger, parts of first section and second section that pushed forward. The Germans still hold the farm complex. They're a line from here. This side's the only part that's shattered so far of the 1058's defenses. 6th Fallschirmjäger, like I mentioned, have moved forward. Some of them. The rest of second section here holding this bridge and the river lock. And first section, half of it is holding this bridge. 6th Fallschirmjäger, third section, half of them are moving this way, and the other half are headed this way to back up to reinforce this bridge. Looks like a Panzerschreck team headed up the stairs. And so 6th Fallschirmjäger still hold Carentan also. Alright, now we're going to move down to Oh, and since the river lock is open, these green fields here only advance for infantry and no vehicles. They're flooded fields, except for the 2 brown fields are regular movement. And let's do it. First dice, German. 6th Fallschirmjäger Panzerschreck team. They're going to receive an advance order. They're going to be able to get 2 inches into this second floor of this building. Going to get a great position, the second floor, be able to cover both bridges for the armor that eventually will be coming in to do battle in Carentan, the U.S. armor eventually, once they take Omaha Beach, of course. Hundred and 16th Infantry Platoon Sergeant is going to receive an advance order, and he's not going to move his full 4 inches. He's going to get him into some cover. 116th Infantry Forward Observer 3-man team advances in. They too are going to do their best to stay in cover. The Germans, the first platoon is fully deployed. One of the snipers was killed, but there's still one sniper on ambush. Right side of that window. On the other side is a forward observer spotter who's got some pins to deal with first. This turn, only the 116th Infantry Platoon will be able to come in. And then this next 0700 hours, turn 14, the 2nd Rangers Company C will be able to start entering the battlefield. Historically, they went right and around the bunkers into the trenches, and 116th Infantry, they just hit the beaches. So I'm going to do that, but a little bit hiding behind the tanks as much as possible. So, all right, let's get to the next dice. It'll be German. 6th Fallschirmjäger, 1st section, 2-man assault rifle Panzerfaust team will go on ambush. They're all here on the bridge with also the 1st section LMG team, one of them, and the 1st section leader, Sergeant Carl. The other half of 1st section 6th Fallschirmjäger is over here. A 1-man assault rifle with a Panzerfaust. 1st section assistant leader, Sergeant Jarl, and then the other LMG team from 1st section. And they've got a mortar that's dropping rounds in on them, and I believe it's this light mortar here. So let's do something about that before next turn. A lot of action going on. Let's move on to the next dice. U.S. 116th Infantry Platoon Guide is going to receive an advance order. Come in here behind. See, this is 743rd Tank Battalion, Company A. This would be the captain. Yep. So he's the captain of the company here. Don't want those German snipers picking off my NCOs and my officers. Next dice, German. 6th Fallschirmjäger, platoon leader. 1st Lieutenant Reese will receive an advance order. He was probably inside of this sniper who is on ambush. That's Sergeant Caleb. By the way, the red D6s that you'll see around represent how many turns till the soldier, or what turn the soldier bleeds out. And this soldier will bleed out the end of turn 13, which is here. And for example, this 506th medic who's wounded, being attended to by Sergeant Brandon, 3rd Squad Assistant Leader. He'll be bleeding out on turn 16, the end of turn 16. And the brown D6s represent the German grenades that are either laying with wounded or dead, or on these two soldiers from the 1058 second section have four. They've managed to pick up 4 grenades. There's 5 grenades laying here. One of these Germans was running off with these 5 grenades and was killed earlier in the battle, so someone could pick that up. 5 grenades off the wounded man. And the green D6s represent the U.S. Army grenades held by the soldiers, or dead or wounded. 116th medic advances in behind the platoon sergeant's, or first sergeant's tank. Next dice, German 6th Fallschirmjäger medium machine gun team, 2nd floor, window on the right. It's going to go on ambush. Major von der Heid, commander of the 6th Fallschirmjäger, will receive an advance order, and they're going to exit the chapel and start heading to get up here in this tower. From here, they'll be able to call in fire on a lot of the battlefield. Hundred 16th Infantry, 2nd Sniper, advances forward. 4-inch. (916th) Grenadier Spotter, positioned on the right, receives a fire order. He has 1 pin marker. Before he can call in artillery strike, he's going to have to pass this test. Let's see, somewhere right here, platoon commander. Let's see, let me check this real quick. Yeah, that's the platoon commander of 1st Platoon, 916th. So he's going to be able to provide support there, being within 6 inches. So he's going to be testing at a 10 and under. Passes. Call an artillery strike in on 2nd Platoon leader with the open top. Oh yeah. For 2nd Platoon leader's got the mark, 916th Grenadier Spotter with the artillery strike next turn, possible. 116th HMG heavy machine gun, going to receive a run order, but they can still only move 4 inches through the water. Bringing in both heavy weapons here, I think, and then the 1st and 2nd and 3rd squad of the 116th platoon, I think I'll bring them in, one of them through here, to kind of act as a shield to protect my heavy weapons, so I can get the heavy weapons up there to the high tide mark. And then from here, hopefully be able to suppress while my pinned 1st, 2nd, and 3rd squad soldiers struggle forward. Anyways, let's see. Sergeant Gerald, half-track, will receive an advance order. He's got to get out of here anyways. 1st Lieutenant Corey, platoon leader of the 506th, He has that airstrike coming in on 1058, first section leader Sergeant Michael's position, and third section leader Sergeant Martin and the other rifleman from third section already flushed out the 4th squad leader, heavy weapons Sergeant Matt, who was killed by his own grenade, and then one of the two riflemen were killed from 2nd squad. One of them had to retreat. And then still hiding here is a 2nd squad LMG team and Sergeant Caleb, the sniper. So Sergeant Gerald's going to flush out these. He's going to advance 9 inches. He will not, when he gets within 4 inches of these hidden units on ambush, he'll be able to spot them. But his 9 inches does not get him close enough to Sergeant Caleb to spot him. But he is within 4 inches of spotting the LMG team from 2nd squad. So let's see what's going to happen. They're on ambush. They could throw a grenade, which would not reveal their position. Sergeant Caleb has decided to spring his ambush as a sniper before Sergeant Gerald gets within 12 inches. So he's going to spring it. He's going to roll 1 inch forward, and he's going to spring that ambush. Sergeant Caleb's going to try to shoot the gunner out of the half track. Sergeant Caleb has changed his mind. He's going to stay on ambush because then his position will be revealed, and there's a foreign observer from the 6th Fallschirmjäger on ambush, plus in the 2nd floor of the farm complex far left window there's an LMG team from 3rd section 1058 on ambush, so not good. So Sergeant Caleb's not going to spring that ambush. He's going to stay silent because he won't be spotted either way, and he could toss a grenade and be silent about it. Alright, so here goes Sergeant Gerald rolling forward. Sergeant Gerald spots the LMG team. Well, I was incorrect. He does not spot the LMG team because he is 5 inches away. The vehicle's bumper is 4 inches away, but the driver and the gunner are definitely not 4 inches away. So they're 5 inches away, or maybe 6. So the LMG gunner, however, he is within 6 inches of landing. It was 5 inches. Yeah, he's within 6 inches of landing a grenade in the back of the half track. So he's going to toss. They're going to toss a grenade. They're going to spring their ambush, fire, but not fire, and throw grenades instead, so they don't give away their position. All right, the first grenade being thrown by the 2nd squad LMG team be a 3, close range 2, hard cover 4s. Oh, he misses. Let's see. It's going to be only 1d6 with a scatter dice. Oh no. Hopefully it doesn't scatter on these guys or on himself like earlier, like his Sergeant Matt there. Where's that grenade going? Oh, I think it's going to miss these guys. Just barely because of the angle. Let's check it out. Let's find out. We're going to measure from the gunner. I think that's reasonable. That's where he'd probably aim. Yeah, it's going to miss him. So they're going to throw a second grenade, though. They haven't made it out of this yet. You miss. All right, the LMG gunner's going to throw a grenade now. Yeah, same thing. 3s, close range 2s, hard cover 4s. He misses. All right, let's get the scatter dice. 1d6 and a scatter dice. Oh, wow, this man can throw. He's going to overthrow by 6 inches. I don't think Sergeant Caleb is going to spring his ambush yet after those 2 missed grenades. He is in range, but it'll be 5s because it'll be 3, built more than 6 inches, but under 12, so it'll be 3, 4, 5. So I don't. Especially they haven't been spotted yet. So next turn when they roll forward a little bit more, then he'll throw the grenade. I think makes more sense. Sergeant Gerald, I don't think he can't shoot the man retreating through the hedgerow because he's on the other side of the hedgerow and he's not up against the hedgerow. So I don't even think he has a target because Caleb's hidden. All these soldiers up here are hidden, and there's a hedgerow in between them. What about firing out of the back of the... No, because he wouldn't be able to fire through this hedgerow. There's 2 men in the back of Sergeant Gerald's half-track. 2 crew, 2 gunners. I don't think he can't get an angle over here on these men aren't hitting the first MFG team. But yeah, so no shots. So that's it for Sergeant Gerald. Just gonna roll forward and flush those soldiers out this next turn with the help of their section of the 1058 leader, Sergeant Martin, and the rifleman there. Plus the Puma, First Lieutenant Eulander. He'll be a help. 116th Heavy Mortar receives a run order. They'll move 4 inches. Straight ahead. Sniper's eyeballing them from the tower. Might be juicy enough target to spring the ambush finally. Next up, the spotter will also receive an advance order. He's going to move up about, not quite his full move, but I want to keep him in cover until we get this sniper to pick a target other than one of my most important units, like a regular infantryman. Hundred 16th spread out across half the battlefield. It's just about 3.5 feet from here to here. And that leaves 3.5 feet for the 2nd Rangers Company C to have room to move up. The Rangers are going to need to get up here and knock these 2 bunkers out and then secure the right side. And the 743rd Tank Battalion providing cover, and also to here with the bulldozer tank, flamethrower, crocodile. They're going to punch through, help knock out the Pac 40, then knock out the rest of these obstacles, knock out the 88 if it hasn't already been done, and then they can push through. Oh, before we get to the sand, once the U.S. reaches the sand, there'll be minefields in all of the sand and anything that's sand colored all through here, and even that brown color here. However, not in the trenches, not the dark brown, but yes, in all this sand here. So anytime a U.S. unit wants to advance, run through the sand, they have to take an orders test. If they fail, then we roll on a chart and they might hit a landmine if they roll poorly. We'll get into that whenever we hit the sand. Right now we're 4-inch moves for the infantry, 6-inch moves for the armor as they head up the beach. It's going to take me like at least 30 minutes to explain everything right before turn 14, 0700 hours starts. I'm going to estimate. I'm going to go as quickly as I can through all the units and what's happening. I'm going to guess it's going to take a whole first video just to explain the positions, objectives, whatever. It'll be fun. Adventures are meant to take time. I don't have an hour or 3 hours to play straight, but I have an hour or so every 3 nights until this epic battle adventure is decided. When we come back, that's going to wrap it up for me for tonight. But when we get back, it'll be German dice. See you next time.